Welcome back, it's Rich, and in this episode, Retro Rich reviews my top 20 best PC Engine games of all time, with footage. Let's do it. Welcome back to Retro Rich UK. If you like what you see today, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. So the NEC PC Engine, it's probably my all-time favourite console, introducing me to the start of the Japanese import era in the early 90s. So here's my top 20 best games for the system. These are not ranked, they're just alphabetical. Try and watch it in full screen to get those classic scan lines for each game, and I'll cover the first stage or the first few minutes of gameplay for you. So first on this list we have Alien Crush. This is the first pinball title by Naxat and one that inspires the classic H.R. Geiger Alien theme. It's a flip screen, but don't let that bother you. Alien Crush is a monster of a game with a great bonus level system and superb ball physics with quality animations and graphics too. It also features an awesome soundtrack that's moody. I absolutely love this one. Next we have the arcade racer Chase HQ. This was a great arcade game back in the day with a unique feature of smashing into the bad guy's car. Something that was really strange and felt awkward back in the day, just due to the normally being something that you would actually avoid doing. So it was brilliant at the time. The PC Engine version is a decent attempt, and while a little wobbly and shoddy looking by today's standards, this was frantic and fast back in the early 90s. Next up we have the classic Dai Makaimura. This is the legendary Ghouls and Ghosts, and while not a perfect port, it's pretty close. It does carry a lot of extra sprite and background features that were missing from the Genesis Mega Drive version. The colour palette's a tad off, but the gameplay is tough and perfect. It's super sharp to control and just as difficult. This is my only Super Graphics title on the list, but it's a definite classic for my top 20. Next up, we have Devil Crash. It's the second pinball release from Naxa, and it improves on Alien Crush from every respect. Has a new gothic-style rock-like setting and soundtrack to die for, together with some super smooth triple screen scrolling this time, so none of that flicking, so it makes for an awesome sequel. It's still a classic to play to this day. You can easily kill an hour on this. Definitely sits in my best top 20 games. Next up, we get Dracula X. This one's a Castlevania title, and other than Symphony of the Night, most consider this to be the best in the entire series. Features Konami's usual stellar Castlevania soundtracks, all brought in the beauty of CD on this release. And this one will cost you a lot on eBay. It's a pretty expensive title. It's a tough game, but one that's a joy to beat, and replay value is great. Next up, we have the Kung Fu. This is one of the first releases for the system, and back then, I knew it as it was listed in the magazines as Drunken Master. Features large sprites with some odd animations and there's a bit of choppy kind of look to them. But again, something about this I like as well. And the controls also a bit dodgy, but it's classic in some ways. And I love the music on this too. It's a strange one, but it just hits home for me. I really like it. Next up, we have Galaga 88. This is a classic Namco title with simple but gorgeous sharp graphics and sound effects combined with ultra-tight fast gameplay that ramps up as you progress through it. We see some beautiful scrolling levels, and it's a great title for a quick blast when you just got 10 minutes spare, you just want something to just jump on, have a go, and then leave. Next, we have another CD title, which is Gradius II. Gradius is my favourite all-time shoot-'em-up series, and this entry is no slouch on the PC Engine CD. It's pretty much an arcade-perfect port, aside some slowdown here and there and a bit of flicker now and then. Soundtrack's absolute quality though, and it's an absolute blast to play if you can handle the difficulty. This easily makes my top 20.
Ripple Lake. in the head.
Next up we have Gunhed. It's an awesome vertically scrolling shooter with fast, great gameplay and smooth as butter feel. We get a solid rock soundtrack in this, and it's often hailed as one of the best hue card shoot-em-ups for the system. It had many sequels that followed this, but this one always just kind of beat them out. The original and the best.
Field Thunder. Homing missile. Multi-body. Field Thunder. Multi-body. Multi-body.
So next up, we get my favourite game on the PC Engine, and also one of my favourite games and shoot-em-ups of all time. This is Kyukyoku Tiger, or Twin Cobra as it's also known. Now, I prefer the PC Engine version to the actual arcade. They're both really close, but it's just way too hard in the arcade. It's a bit ridiculously unforgiving as well, not just a challenge. The one-hit death is the reason for this. And this one allows just that little bit more flexibility. You don't get the enemies kind of shooting at you as soon as they appear on screen or get shot. So it just makes it much more fun, and it's still hard to beat as well. The weapon power-ups are great, and the stage music's just awesome across each level. Once you're fully powered, you just feel totally invincible. But then that one enemy bullet just always manages to sneak through, and it's curtains. Next up, we have The Legend of Hero Tonma. This is a 4 megabyte arcade conversion cue card of the classic IRM arcade, and it's near arcade perfect too. Graphics are gorgeous, you got the bubbly soundtrack that rocks along with super quality colours and gameplay, and owning this, it felt like you'd got the arcade in your home. Next up, the first title that I ever had for the PC Engine. This was my packing game. This is Kato Ken Chan, or Chan and Chan as I knew it as back then. It's a Mario Brothers style game with some exaggerated graphics, kind of big heads, more emphasis on comedy. I love the music back in the day and the smiling characters in their suits wandering about. It's actually quite a challenge as well, with some tight gameplay and a bit of Wonder Boy style feel too. Plenty of secrets and warp levels for that extra replay value. Next up we get the legendary Axe. It's a platform with some absolutely gorgeous graphics. Something about them, they are clear and colourful with that kind of glow around some of the characters. The way the enemies kind of disappear as you hit them as well. It's another one with a stellar orchestral, moody soundtrack score as well. This is a tough one and patience is key to beating this game. It has a ridiculously hard level towards the end. But I absolutely love it. It's one that will always be in my top 10 or even top 5 best games of the system if I were to rank them. Next up, we get Ninja Spirits, another IREM 4MB Hue card arcade classic conversion. And again, so close to the arcade, it's like having it at home. It's a gorgeous game. It's quite a moody one with that challenge to it as well, and some super stylish weapon effects with a shinobi feel to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Next up, we get the awesome Parodius, which is a Gradius spin-off by Konami, and again, another near arcade perfect conversion, but for the humble PC Engine. We do get some slowdown and sprite flicker here and there, but it's still an incredible job, and it features those wacky soundtracks as a key part of every level. Next up, we get R-Type. This was the game that made the PC Engine so famous in Japan. I remember the screenshots scattered around the old computer and video games magazines, and I dreamed about just what a mind-blowing console and game this looked like. I was blown away back in the day going from a Commodore 64 to this. It's not arcade perfect, but it's damn close. It felt amazing, and it still is to this day. Next up, we have Ginga Fukei Densetsu Sapphire. It's a very rare CD game, so there's plenty of bootlegs out there, so buy with caution. It's a pricey title. Features some dazzling graphics and effects that you'd be forgiven for thinking were on some 16-bit system or even a Neo Geo rather than the 8-bit PC Engine. It's a superb shooter with a fantastic rock CD soundtrack that makes it a blast to play even to this day. Next up, we get SideArms. It's an awesome Capcom arcade conversion featuring great graphics and another top soundtrack as well. There's a lot of skill to mastering the weapons and how you collect them, because you can get too fast in there, so you can keep powering up the wrong thing. It also has that reverse shooting mechanic, so it makes this a solid shooter with a bit of thought required to beat. Next up, we get Sun 2. It's an absolute gem of a game, and one that not comes up too often in different lists. It's an adventure-style platform with a huge map and a tough curve as well. It's quite hard to complete this one. It takes some time. The game's long, and you've got to remember areas and master bits as well. You build up your Zenny and upgrade your staff, and that's key to doing this game. It's based loosely on the old Monkey TV show characters. This is one of my favourite PC Engine titles. And the last one on this list, alphabetically, is Vigilante. Again, one of the first Hue cards I got for the system, and again, that arcade in your home kind of feel. It's a Kung Fu Master style game with IRM's classic sounds and brilliant graphics. Something again about this, the kind of the colours of it and the black outlines. You can complete this one in about 20 minutes, but it's great fun, and it's just one I seem to play again and again, because you can just pop it on, complete it, walk away. So that's my list of my 20 best PC Engine games. Not in any particular order, just the ones that I like. There's way more though as well. Loads of classics for this system. I'd love to hear what you like as well. What's your favourites? Leave a comment below. But until next time, keep smiling, peeps.